It's called the greatest setting in college football, and even if the skies open up, that pales in comparison to the purple rain that will be unleashed by the homestanding Washington Huskies. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Buffaloes will kick it off to get us underway. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice and bringing it out of the end zone did not pay off. He's out of bounds at the 19. A first down for the offense. Power football with the run. Drills him with the stiff arm. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires downfield. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Still looking on the move. They get to him as he throws. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these 4th downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
Bulls his way forward, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
They want to run this quarterback. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Man, you can tell QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
They'll try the run, and they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, short yardage situation, they decide to go with the toss play. And nice job up front, getting a little bit of push. That's all they needed to get that first.
And the Buffaloes will have it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Finally stopped at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. The Buffaloes will hustle to the line. Just going to keep it after the snap. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. This is a designed run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Colorado!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
I tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me.
And he makes the catch inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right there.
And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
On third down, going up top. Looking to take a shot. What a snag by the defense. Got room on the return. And after the interception return, he gets it down to the 32-yard line.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw. The DB jumped all over that.
A run for the quarterback. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Finds his tight end. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Quarterback moving. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Just couldn't get away from the tackle. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got it. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the one. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Washington. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, the running back has it. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. They've got the screen set up. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tagged.
Unloads it left. Can't quite make the connection there. Too much.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He'll pull it down and run. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. And the Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's fourth and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
Going up top on first down. Steps away to find some room. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He'll try to do it himself. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback?
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping him.
They're trying to get to it. He is down at the one. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The Huskies are threatening on first and goal.
Here we go.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Going for the return. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. On the move at the 30. Got a lot of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
They'll run the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down leaves them in second and manageable. And the Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They'll run it from the gun. Open space at the 25. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback keeps it. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability to stop the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Smashes ahead. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. Washington right back to the line. Now on the move. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Now he's going to break the pocket. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. They'll go with a direct snap. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. Snap it to the back. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. So an 82-yard drive there. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Trying to start the drive with a pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll throw it on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. This is picked off in the end zone, but the officials are saying he was out of bounds. Just an incomplete pass and a huge break for the offense.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Snap from the gun on third down. He's going for it all. And the ball is picked off. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth. Washington sends out the punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Running it back, it's Thomas. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They'll try to get outside. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. You used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give from the gun. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
A designed run for the quarterback. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Buffaloes racing to the line in a hurry-up. Looking to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Thomas. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Calls his own number. And the Buffaloes will move the sticks. It's first down from the 11. He'll take it himself. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the designed quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Giving him his pass. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. Power ahead. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job on the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? On the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. Using his feet. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buffs! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You
just destroying his way through the field. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
All down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
The RPO, it's complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. And the Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Going for it all. Touchdown, Huskies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. And the Buffaloes are in the hurry-up. DB's right up on the receivers. On the move. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Colorado.
Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll throw it on 1st down. Dances away. He turns it loose to the left. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. What a grab and go for the score.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
They're bringing heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Wide open downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Just going to keep it after the snap. Push down for the tackle. The Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. He's back to throw on second down. Pulled down for the tackle.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. Now, listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Buying some time. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. First down here for the offense.
42 Spider.
Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
He gets it away from his own end zone. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
He'll set up to throw. They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
That last play is a beautiful start to this drive. You've got some work to do here. You've got some mountain you've still got to climb if you're going to win this game. A couple of minutes left. You've got the horses to get you there, but it's all about getting the drive started with a positive play, and they found that on that last one.
And the Buffaloes want to move quickly. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He makes a catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he's rolling with a 1st down.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the 1st down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does. Got some room, entered to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on the side.
The snap sets up to throw. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. They marched the ball 51 yards for the score. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Ran through the contact. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. This quarterback part of their running game. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Makes a grab enough for the 1st. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
and you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.